I wonder how he actually found out he was a great singer.
We're all searching for our purpose, but the reality is the search is our purpose.
We're supposed to kind of bottle everything in and kind of let it fester.
All paid feels like bullshit when you're doing something that you just don't give a shit about.
Right. That's 100% true.
You know,
It's
before the foundations of the world, God knew you, which means you weren't an accident.
I wanna go home.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Billy Collins.
Matt Doje.
And this is Magician.
And the Jock.
Guys, we are
reacting
again to another song by
Oliver Anthony,
which I have not heard. Have you heard?
I have not heard the Men North of Richmond. That is a play on words.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's very hard to say. But
there was
you guys,
a lot of people commented like, "Hey, he's got another one.
You should do that." So
I want to go home. So we give the people what they want.
Hey, you ask, we deliver.
And Billy's wearing one of our signature lines. They're like, these dudes are already trying to push merch. No, we actually made this in a merch room.
Yeah, we have our own room.
So stop competing, start creating. It's an Earl Nightingale. But anyways, we are going to listen to Oliver Anthony. I want to go home.
I want to go home. It sounds like an Ed Sheeran song.
It does.
Which is,
or what's the other guy's name? It has like the old school voice.
You name it.
These old.
Michael Bublé.
Yeah, Michael Bubble.
Well, if it weren't for my old dogs and the good Lord, they'd have me strung up in the psych ward. 'Cause every day living in this new world is one too many days to me. Son, we're on the brink of the next world war, and I don't think nobody's praying no more. And I ain't saying I know it for sure. I'm just down on my knees begging the Lord to take me home. I wanna go home.
Okay.
So
that gave me.
Is he saying he wants to, like, take me home, like the old hymns, like?
Yeah, I that's what I gathered from it, because it's, you know, the good Lord take me home.
Yeah.
My Father take me home. But we'll have to look at the lyrics when the whole video plays. But I was going into this not expecting much because the other song was so good. But
yeah,
this kind of gave me.
Yeah, I'm starting to think, man, I'm a huge Coulter Wall fan, and he's one of those, anytime he puts a song out, it doesn't matter. He can sing the phone book, and I would find it.
It's just
good.
So intrigued. Yeah.
He sounds very similar to that, and I know there was a lot of comments on the last video about his testimony. You know, about a month before the last song blew up, he was battling like depression and
yeah.
And they were saying at his shows he reads scripture and stuff. I don't know if he was radically saved or if he rededicated his life, but I think there's a lot of people like that with technology.
Right. And look, I want to thank you guys for leaving the comments, because you guys taught me a lot about this guy, which I kind of stumbled upon out of nowhere. Not to get too far off, but he was just at a place here in North Carolina, right outside Fayetteville, and he had a show, but he started the whole thing with like a blessing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of different, you know.
Yeah, he's unapologetic. Apparently turned down like an $8 million recording, like a contract or whatever. But yeah, that's so far so good.
I wanna go home. I don't know which road to go. It's been so long. I just know I didn't used to wake up feeling this way, cussing myself every damn day. There's always some kind of bill to pay. People just doing what the rich man say. I wanna go home. Now 4 generations farming the ground. Grandson sells it to a man out of town, and 2 weeks later the trees go down. Only got concrete growing around. hound. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. I don't know which road to go. It's been so long. I just know I didn't used to wake up feeling this way, cussing myself every damn day. People have really gone and lost their way. They all just do what the TV say. I wanna go home. If it weren't for my old dogs and the good Lord, they'd have me strung up in the psych ward.
That's, man, that line is like when he says, "I want to come home, but I don't know which road to take," or I don't know the exact, but man, it's just because I think as we are all kind of confused, we all have questions, we all have situations, and we kind of get lost here and there along the way, and that's what I got from that particular line.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to. I can pick up what he's saying, because I mean, now with how quickly things change, you know, speed is the new currency.
Yeah.
And you know, I read somewhere that the biggest taxi cab company in the world owns no taxis. I'm talking about Uber. And the biggest hotel company in the world has no buildings, which is Airbnb. The biggest bookstore in the world has no, you know, Amazon. So yeah, things are changing. And the thing about being a man, and we talk about this, we have the burden of performance.
Yeah.
And you feel that weight. You've got 3 kids. I have a kid. And you know, there's a lot of guys that are in that kind of concrete jungle that are like, what the heck? What am I even doing this for? You know, this is everything I worked for. And like that last verse, what good is it to gain the world and lose your soul? That's very interesting.
Yeah,
it made me get very introspective.
What I also listen to the song, it's, you know, as men, as providers, as you know, we're supposed to take care of people and stuff. Yet we're supposed to kind of bottle everything in and kind of let it fester. Does that make sense? What I'm saying, like, sometimes we're not allowed to express our emotional feelings because we'll come across weak.
Yeah, I mean, and also, I know what you're saying. You're not saying like, hey, just be some emotional whatever.
Because, you know, the line, if it wasn't for his dogs and the good Lord, he'd be strung up in the psych ward.
Yeah.
You know, because we all have those demons that run in our heads. Like, we're just kind of like, okay, I'm going to get up, I'm going to get on the rat race and do it.
You know,
what's it for?
I read somewhere like home is where they run out to greet you, you know, and that's a great thing with like having a dog, or my son who's about to turn 5, who runs out and greets you. So, I mean, I can empathize with some of it. And, you know.
By the way, next Tuesday.
Yeah. The Magician and Young Jackson share the same birthday.
A great day. You know what they say? They say that Jesus was probably born in August and not really December, like.
No, he was born on December 25th.
like the Hallmark people say.
I'm not changing all of the monogram stuff.
So, sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But we do have this burden of performance. And there's a good book, it's called Halftime by a guy named Bob Burford, I think. And it's talking about you get lost in success and you get found in purpose, right? So that's kind of the rat race. You get everything you want and it's like, man, it's not enough. And that's where you kind of move from success to significance. And I know we've done a lot of that over the last year or two, just like, man, I'm more myself today than I've ever have been.
It's almost like a newfound appreciation for you.
It is, yeah. It's kind of the acres of diamonds thing. We look in everybody else's backyard for gold, and then you realize, man, I've been sitting on a gold mine this entire time. And, you know, he has a really cool testimony, and he's insanely talented.
Yeah. Oh my
Like,
gosh. I wonder how he actually found out he was a great singer. Do you think it's something that he's always known, or he just, hey, I got this guitar from the pawn shop, I'm gonna start learning how to play it, and all of a sudden he can sing really well?
It's like we said in shows before, nobody taught Shaquille O'Neal how to be 7 feet tall.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Just
so
a
I gotta
born
imagine
talented.
he was humming as a kid, and it just always was able to carry a tune. And it sounds like he's kind of been battling, doing the, you talk about 4th generation farmers. And this is my lot in life, but it's just not enough. I mean, like, what the hell am I doing? The last song, overtime hours for bullshit pay. All pay feels like bullshit when you're doing something that you just don't give a shit about.
Right. That's 100% true. It's
the opposite of love is indifference, and there's a lot of people working today that are just working jobs that they're just completely indifferent towards. They don't care one way or the other, but when you're forced to every day, because we got to make a living, got to provide.
Yeah.
When you're forced to do things every day that you're indifferent towards, that's when you'll start to freaking hate it. It'll move to disdain.
Yeah.
Sitting in your car in the parking lot, like, what am I doing? It's like, at what age does potential turn into wasted potential? Get online and everybody's, this filter generation. And it's like, man.
And for me,
Billy's looking great. He's got everything figured out. I don't. But then Billy's looking at me like, damn, Matt's looking great. He's got everything figured out, but I don't. And we're all kind of wanting to go home, if you will.
Yeah, I battle with that a lot too, because I depend a lot on social media because, one, we have a YouTube channel we like to promote. And we're not we don't sugarcoat what we do in our life. What you see on our Instagram is pretty much what we are. I mean, but I know other people that live in a filtered world.
I use a filter.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, your stuff is legit. Playing with your son, that's just you, who you are.
Yeah.
But I just, sometimes I just want to tear away from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I read there's another quote, great book called 20,000 Days and Counting. And there's a line in there that stuck out to me. And it was like, we're all searching for our purpose. But the reality is the search is our purpose.
Yeah.
Because we go through different seasons. So, if you're watching this and you're, trying to figure, like, what do I do? What do I do? Like, where does your attention flow naturally? What is it to gain the whole world, lose your soul? In other words, you are wired specifically, like the Bible says, before the foundations of the world, God knew you, which means you weren't an accident. So I would say lean into it, whatever it is. I mean, shoot, if you can make the same amount of money doing something that, like, you hit the ground running every morning, like Warren Buffett used to say how he would skip to work. So you see that and you're like, man, we get, I'm very envious of that. But then we're at a job where we don't skip to work, and you're like, damn it, what's wrong with me? Why aren't I skipping to work? I have to skip to work to make it, and you can't negotiate desire. You can't negotiate what you're interested in. So I know I went on a tangent, but
that's a good one.
It spoke to me, man. It was really good stuff.
Yeah, really good stuff. Guys, go check out the rest of his stuff. I'm going to look at some of his other things and maybe probably seek him out and maybe go to a concert or something if he's playing. I'm pretty sure it's going to be small venues. And maybe go see him. If he's in your area, check him out. But first, do us a big favor. Keep those comments coming. I enjoyed reading them and responding to them.
Yeah.
A lot of good, helpful tips in there as well for us in this reaction part of our life. So, and also, subscribe to the channel.
Smash the like button.
We'll see you on the next video.
Peace.